How much is too much to protect your vision? We're talking sunglasses. How much would you pay? Plus, how far would you go for your haircut? And masks, keeping us alive, but cramping our social style. How do you smile when you're wearing a mask at the store? Thank you for joining another episode of Anchors Away. I'm Norma Holland along with Robert Burns, both of us former TV news anchors who are taking to the airwaves, like everybody else, on a podcast. So subscribe for free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Hello, Rob. How you been, my friend?
I am living in America. I'm living a strange life, but it reminds me of that old, what was it, the James Brown song, "Living in America."
Yes, bro, because it's on my iPod. Yes, I said iPod. It's also known as my iPhone. I listen to that. That is one of my get up and go songs.
You,
Living in America.
I love James Brown. That's one of the
I
best
love James
songs,
Brown.
and that was from one of the best movie series of all time.
Rocky 4. Don't even, because I'm a Rocky fanatic. Okay. Rocky 4.
You gotta love that. That's the best part of the movie too, is when he comes
It is.
out and Apollo is just I want that outfit by Apollo Creed that he was wearing, the Uncle Sam outfit. I want that.
Yes.
I want the
I
whole
want
thing.
you. I
want
want
you.
you. I
The
wanted
ending,
Russian.
I don't
I'll
want
tell
that
you.
ending for him in the
I'm
ring.
not
But
even I'm not gonna lie to you. I wanted that Russian.
oh man, Drago.
Okay. Dolph
Ivan
Lundgren
Drago.
was in his peak and his prime.
That's
Okay,
your,
Rocky
that was your
4.
thing? That was your guy?
I'm just gonna tell you something, okay? I might have rewound the VHS tape to the part where he was running
He was running
the
around that
track.
track. Did you rewind the VHS tape so much that the tracking then had to be used extra in that one particular spot?
My dad knew what part of the movie I loved the best.
Oh my God! You can always tell. You could always tell. Was that before or after he was taking the steroids? But you didn't care because it was the '80s.
Didn't matter. It was the 80s. He looked good.
It was in the '80s, and he was there for the ladies.
Yes, he was. Dolph Lundgren. He's never looked better in any movie ever.
You
Okay,
know what,
but
he
then I
has-
was also a huge Sly Stallone fan, though.
I will say Lundgren has aged somewhat well over the past 20, 30 years for a guy who has gone through so much of what he has gone through. Through all the working out, through all the action movies, and living in.
Yeah.
He doesn't look bad for what, 60-something years old.
Oh, I can't
And he's
even
a
believe
giant
it,
of a man.
really.
He's a giant of a man. But again, welcome everyone to the show. We took a week off because life happens.
Life.
It gets in the way. I mean, for you, we were talking. Your kids got in the way of you even getting a good night's sleep.
They haven't been. We have severe sleep regression issues at my house. Parents out there, if you've got little kids or you remember your little kids at this age, 2 and 4, they're just not sleeping the right way. I blame a lot of things. I blame their age. I also blame COVID. They're cooped up all day. They're not going out and playing like they used to, and they just don't sleep at night, So we've been dealing with a lot of that, getting up, difficulty staying in bed, and it's been really tough. Bedtime was sort of a battlefield for a little while. It's getting better, but it was tough. And so for a couple of weeks, I know you and I had to take a little break, but we're back, and
Yeah.
kids are in bed, so that's good.
Dolph Lundgren, by the way, 62 years old, 63 November 3rd. So
Wow.
look him up on Google. He not bad. Not bad for
like I
someone who's
said.
62.
I
He's
had
owned
a
it.
thing for that Russian.
All right, so now we know Norma's type.
No, look, I'll be honest with you. Pretty
Your
much
dream
everyone,
type.
Dolph was just the thing I was all about at that age. Okay, but then Apollo, just stunning. Sly Stallone. They were all. I feel like that was the movie when they were just all so beautiful to me. Like they were all so lovely. I'm a huge Rocky fan.
Of course.
So, when they ran on the beach and they're like hugging, and
Hey,
I mean, I used to slow-mo that too.
absolutely. That's one of the best parts of the entire series. I'm a huge Rocky fan as it is.
Yeah.
I am also a huge fan of sunglasses. They had some pretty good sunglasses in the Rocky movies.
Oh yeah. Cool.
However, I think we need to talk about this and discuss this because I think there was a point in my life, probably not so much now, that I'm a little more financially savvy or let's just say conscious and knowing what I have to spend because bills now get in the way and mortgages are due. But
Pay my automobile.
yeah, no, I got to have a JOB, you got to have a CAR, you got to be all things that you can spell. That was a big thing. But yeah, sunglasses for me back in the day, I was that guy who I wanted to have the coolest sunglasses, man. I had to have the shades because they made my face look a certain way and I looked like a super secret agent kind of guy. I had the aviators, I had the little
Oh,
thin men in black ones like I was from the
yes.
future. I had all of them. And I spent so much bleeping money on these sunglasses. And I can still, to this day, if you ask me why did you spend that much money back then, I will justify it. I am that
Okay.
guy. I won't do it now, but back then, all day long.
Okay, no, we're going to have to unpack this because I am the complete opposite. I refuse to spend a ton of money on sunglasses. I think they're a huge waste of time. As long as they protect my vision, I will legit go buy a pair of Foster Grants or whatever Target has for sale, and I'm going to buy it. Why? Because they're going to get stomped, squished, lost, smudged, broken. Why spend the money? You can't convince me. You just can't. Unless they're a pair of prescription sunglasses. No,
Well,
you ain't selling me on it. Don't even bother. Go
so
ahead. You tell me, why would you have spent what you spent? And you told me what you spent. I think it's ridiculous, but
okay, so I'm not even gonna lie. I would go to Sunglass Hut back when you can go into a
sunglasses.
Sunglass Hut, and I would spend and probably get I would probably get taken advantage of, but I would spend $300 to $400 on a
Oh,
pair of
Lord.
sunglasses.
Mm,
Easy,
mm.
easy. I would spend $300 to $400, and mainly because two reasons. One, they were a fashion statement to me. It was something to show off what I thought I had. I didn't have much, ladies. But what I thought I had, and the sunglasses were the accoutrement to my
Accoutrement. Oh,
outfit.
my favorite
Second,
words, Robert.
second, I didn't have any
Accoutrement.
bills back then. I had a car insurance and a car payment. So imagine how young I was at the time. And I would spend all this money. Now, the problem was because I didn't have any bills, I didn't properly take care of my goods that I procured for said $300 to $400. Okay. I got them. I knew how to gather. I didn't know how to keep. And that
Mm,
was my problem. I would always
mm.
sit on them in the car. And I remember that. I had a pair of sunglasses. They were blue. And they were light like titanium. I think that was the selling point. Is they were so light you didn't know they were on your head. Well, no, you didn't know they were on your head, but you also didn't realize you didn't have them on you and you left them on the seat when you got back in the
Oh,
car. So
no.
18-year-old me, crunch,
Oh,
right down
no.
on them. And you know it immediately. If you've done it, any of the listeners out there, you know it immediately. And
It's a
you hate
terrible
yourself
feeling.
for it.
It's the worst feeling. You're like, I just sat on my sunglasses.
You know what happens. And you know there's no turning back on it.
Mm-mm.
And so for you, I feel like you are more than happy to go in to a Walgreens to
Hmm.
get, cotton balls. And you're like, oh, yeah, I need a pair of sunglasses. And they have that little cheapo rack of sunglasses. And you'll
I don't
take
care.
those and you'll rock them all day long.
I don't even care. Okay, fun story. My sister and I went to this. I think it was a birthday party for this woman, and she gave out like these goodie bags for adults, and it was like kind of fun because we're adults and we get
Hmm.
goodie bags to come to your party, sure. And she had dollar store sunglasses in there, legit dollar store sunglasses. Never had a better pair. They
Of
were the
dollar
best.
store sunglasses.
Dollar store sunglasses. And I remember because I asked her, I'm like, you gotta sell sunglasses? She goes, oh, those are from the dollar store. I'm like, oh, cool. So to me, it was just like, I looked good in them and they were totally dollar store. And they lasted for like a season. Okay.
Okay.
But just, and like they say, it protects your vision, blah, blah, blah.
Hmm.
I don't know, probably some eye doctor out there's going to be like, you need to have polarized, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. Look, I just want to look good. And I want to see, yeah, but like, I want to look good.
You want to look good
I ain't trying to
without
blow the
breaking the
bank.
bank on it.
Nope.
And that's fine. I would be very interested. I want to know from all of our listeners out there.
Yes.
This is the poll that is going to be posted this week. I know we promised one a week ago. We never got to it, but we all know the answer. So, this is the poll I need to know. Are you willing to spend for expensive sunglasses, or are you okay with the cheapos? Because the cheapos, there's always that running joke. You'll have them for 40 years. The expensive ones, as soon as you look over off of a boat, right down into the bottom of the ocean. And that's it.
Exactly.
Within 45 minutes of owning them, they go right down to the bottom.
There's some sturgeon somewhere wearing those like $400 sunglasses.
100%. Very easy. Some fisherman's going to find it along with, in the net, all of the tuna that he pulled up as well. He's like, oh, look, a pair of sunglasses, $400. These must have belonged to Robert. Yeah, probably did. Sorry. You're welcome.
They're so lightweight. They're titanium.
Doot, doot. Have at it, kiddo. But the sunglasses, that was a fashion statement to me.
Shaking my head.
The other thing, it still goes on the head here. You and I were talking. You mainly sparked this week, as you hear the dog playing in the background. You sparked this posting, how much would you pay for sunglasses? So go to Norma's Facebook, Norma Holland. But then we were talking about, I got another haircut, sticking on the head aspect of things.
Because I love it. Your hair looks great.
I put some product in there. I'm still figuring this product thing out. Because as we talked about in previous episodes, I had hair restoration. So I'm still figuring out the length of it, the product that I can use.
Huh.
Well, I went and I got a haircut. The thing, Norma, and I want to discuss this with you from a woman's standpoint of view. So I posted the picture of my haircut when I got the post-quarantine haircut. And Jenna, who love her to death, she cuts my hair. The salon was 4.5 minutes away from where I live now. So she sends me a message and she says, hey, I've left that salon. I'm gone somewhere else. You're coming along with me. Here's your appointment, yada. And I'm like, I don't care. It's fine. I pull it up in the map. It's not far at all. But the drive itself was now, instead of 4.5 minutes, it was 17.5 minutes on a 35-mile-an-hour road, the only way there. That is, for a guy, an eternity. It is forever when you're going to get it. I don't care if you use the kitchen scissors and cut my hair. That's closer. I'm in. I'm out. I can go back and eat something. But 17 minutes one way for a man is an eternity. And I know you and the rest of our listeners are going to say, Robert, you are an idiot and you don't know the struggle.
I'm telling you that. See, now this is conversely, I will drive and go to great lengths if I have to get a great haircut, and spend whatever money I need to look good, to have my hair look right. Okay, this is the opposite. I will cheap out on sunglasses, but I will get a great haircut, right? And I'll go to wherever my hairdresser goes. And she's gone 3 different places, and I followed her everywhere she's gone. You know what I mean? I don't care. And they've all been sort of in the same vicinity. Just recently, she moved again, and she's at Village Gate. And for a hot second, I'm like, oh, Village Gate. I don't want to drive No, I'm going to go follow her. Mm-hmm. Wherever Rose goes, I go. Okay? So, and then there are women who, you've heard of them, they'll fly to another state to get the haircut. They'll go to New York if they live in Montana. They don't care.
Yep.
They don't care.
I knew a woman who flew to Miami to get her hair done. And because she had a certain a bleached blonde a certain way, and that was where they did it, and that was how. And she flew there, and clearly money was not an object for a guy like you mentioned. It's a reverse thing. I will spend the money on sunglasses, but if it's more than $25 for a haircut, I'm really going to be difficult. Yeah, okay, $25. I know you're looking at me like $25. That's a cover charge. Get out of here,
please. That's what I spent on the shampoo. Give me a break, like on the shampoo product afterward, like
I always feel weird too because it's $30 and I'm in and out in like 15 minutes and you don't know what the hell happened from a guy's standpoint. It's buzz, buzz, clip, clip. Maybe I touch your shoulder and get the hell out of here. Now pay me. Like what the hell just happened? Like what the hell what did I pay for a half hour?
No, I totally the opposite. But I guess we want to know, like, would you travel long distances, or does everything? I will say this though, as I've gotten older. Like my sister and I, we used to drive it was nothing to like be in Rochester and then, drive half an hour out of town to go to the eye doctor or whatever. It didn't
Mm-hmm.
matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was no biggie. Now I feel like my whole world must be in my town. If
Mm-hmm.
it's not in my town, I get annoyed.
It's
I'm
your
like,
bubble.
gosh, I got to go outside of town now. And then I start being that person that's like, I won't go to that store because I got to go there next week to return something else to go to another store. So then I'll pack my trips. I'll like go on all the trips. I'll go to every store together on the same day. Like what happened to
Only
me?
right turns. That way it's easier
Where?
to drive. You
Yeah,
are
now
the
I'm like, I
woman.
don't want to drive anywhere. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave my town.
You're the mom who's gotten comfortable in her bubble. You're not alone. You're not alone for being comfortable in your bubble.
Comfortable in my bubble.
That's it. You are
Meanwhile,
bubble
and
girl. That's
when
it.
we were reporters, it would be nothing to drive,
No.
counties away for a
Hmm.
story, and now it's like I've got to leave my town.
Oh,
Oh,
we would drive. We would drive from South Florida to Orlando for a rocket launch,
yeah,
or from San Diego to Los Angeles for whatever the hell the reason was. And that was a field trip day. That was great.
yeah,
Now that we're working from home,
yeah.
I've kind of gotten comfortable in that bubble too.
I'm
You
like
know,
shop local, but
I
I mean
shop
hyper
delivery. That's
local
what I shop. I don't shop local. I don't really care. I shop delivery. Bring to me.
delivery.
That is
Shop
the best way.
delivery.
Um, I go right along with Bubba, and we'll dissect that. I think
That's
another
so
week.
funny.
We got some other fun stories we want to get to this week. So again, thanks for joining us and rejoining us for this episode. Remember to subscribe on any of the podcast platforms you listen to, because we've got some great content out there. And now that things are starting to kind of build back up, we've got some interesting interviews that we had again with a former NFL player, Merrill Hodge, talking about how he sees the NFL reopening with all the coronavirus stuff, and even with basketball. Speaking with the NFL, though, the Redskins are changing their name. They are no longer the Redskins. They are the Washington team to be announced later. And that
Yeah,
is
it's
interesting
almost like
to
when
me.
Prince changed his name to the symbol. He was
Hmm.
suddenly the symbol. Although I'm not saying that the
The
Redskins
artist?
are the symbol, but
No.
you know what I'm saying.
But they were fighting it for so long. But so there's a lot of things that we want to be able to dissect here. We are going to take a quick break so we can breathe, refill our water cups, and then we will be right back.
Are you afraid to go into your own basement, or maybe that one room at work because it's full of old electronics that no one has any idea what to do with? Well, now there's a way you can turn that trash into something good. Reclaim your basement, garage, or that office at work by getting a hold of Sun King Recycling. They can work with you and your business to make sure that your old electronics are recycled correctly and any old data doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Plus, they started eScrap for Camp, where funds raised through recycling electronics are donated to help improve the quality of life for children, adults, and families whose lives have been touched by cancer. Check them out online at sunking.com, sunking.com.
All right, we do want to thank our sponsor for the show, Anchor. It's the easiest way for us to bring you the podcast. They give us everything we need. It's all in one place. And most importantly, it's all free. Everything on our iPhones, on our iPads, on our computers, all the creation tools to edit, it's all included, and they distribute the show for us. Send it to Spotify, send it to Apple, send it to Google. So you can start your own podcast, get in on the game, download the Anchor app, or go to anchor.fm to get started. All right, back for the B block of Anchors Away. Thanks for sticking with us here. I don't know why, you're not going anywhere. It's a half hour. I don't know why I'm so used to saying thank you for sticking with us. Remember, you would do that on TV. You're like, thanks for sticking. It was 45 seconds of commercials. Where did you go?
Yeah.
Where were you going to go? It was just us.
Refill my coffee.
Yeah, refill my coffee. Somebody else had
Run
to
to the
run that
bathroom.
coffee back.
Let the
and bring it
dog
over.
out.
45 seconds. I don't know why we were so appreciative. But thank you, again, for sticking around with us.
Back. My God, viewer, thank you.
We were over thankful is what it was. I think though, from a parent standpoint, as we move along into the B block here, you are probably over thankful right now that the kids are going back to school. This news kind of coming out today here in New York State, different throughout the country, but here for us, kind of a barometer, I think. Talk to me a little bit from a mom and from a parent standpoint. Is it get these kids the blank out?
No parent wants to admit that, maybe they've had a lot of togetherness in the last 3 months, and maybe they're looking forward to some time away. But every thought about that is completely erased by fear and concern for your child's health and well-being, as well as that of the teachers, right? Is it safe for kids to
Mhm.
go back to school, for teachers and for kids? Okay, so the governor said today that if a region is below a certain percentage, and there are, for a specific period of time,
Mhm.
right? There's no new COVID cases, and for a certain period of time, that kids and teachers can go back to school in that region. I think the Finger Lakes region, where we are right now, it's looking good. It's looking
Mhm.
likely that we're going to go back. Kids are going to go back to school, okay, for in-school education. Now, and then if there are a spike in cases in a particular region up to, I think, 9%, then they will close schools. Okay.
Mhm.
So again, for parents, it really, we've been sort of sitting on our hands going, well, do we buy back to school supplies? Do we not? Like, do I need to be buying new clothes? Do I need to just, say never mind? So, when you go to the store, I get a big kick out of back to school shopping. I was that kid who couldn't wait to get new, book bags and lunch bags and or lunch boxes, and pens and pencils and folders and erasers and everything. Like I love it. Get such a charge out of it. I was in Target the other day and I got so excited and I bought like crayons for the girls because they're not, in school.
Mhm. Mhm.
But they love their little things. They like their crayons and stuff. And I got excited and I bought all this stuff. Plus, I also buy it for because our company is doing a drive for back to school
Sure.
supplies.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I'm ready for. I think the girls are sick of us. My girls are tired of me,
They need a
tired of
break.
my husband. They're ready to go back. They want to see their friends. They miss their teachers. So
You know
yeah,
that,
there'll be a lot of excitement, I think,
and that
come back to
reminds me.
school
You're
time.
talking about how the kids are missing their teachers and they're ready to go. That reminds me of one of my favorite movies, Billy Madison, where he's standing outside. This is going to be every kid when it's time to go back to school.
Yeah.
Oh, back to school, to prove to Dad that I'm not a fool. I got my lunch packed up, my boots tied tight. I hope I don't get in a fight. Oh, back to school, back to school.
Gotta
Oh,
love
Adam
it.
Sandler.
I gotta love it. Young Adam Sandler was the best, but that's pretty much how I see every kid standing waiting for the bus. Although I don't see they don't stand outside much anymore, and I don't think it's going to be the same as it was. But they don't stand outside waiting for the bus anymore. They run from the front door to
Yeah.
the bus as fast as their little legs can pedal and get them to the corner. They sit there and wait, and then it's like a shotgun went off, and they start darting down there like they're in track class. And it's the funniest thing to watch because their bags are always overfilled.
Oh,
Their
they're
lunch
bigger than they
boxes
are.
are always in their hands, and if it's cold outside, they look like the kid from the Christmas Story where they have the extra layers of clothes on, and so they're waddling more than they are running to the corner. That's not going to be the same though. And I feel like there's going to be some sort of part somewhere in the middle where they meet because I've heard in some states they're thinking about even doing part-time. Part-time going back to school where it's a part at home and it's virtual. The other part they actually go back to class or they do, certain times throughout the day. How they're going to work that out, I think they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things at play, but it's not just going to be like any other, start of the school year. This has been the longest summer vacation ever for some parents out there.
Yes.
And for the kids, there's a lot of uncertainty. They don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
I mean, I just feel like, you'd go to school and you'd feel somewhat safe, okay? You'd feel like this is a safe place to be. But if now you see, everyone's wearing a mask or, and I'm not sure how, like, if kids are going to wear them or just the teachers, because, kids will use, the mask and they'll take them off and they won't wear them properly. Teachers will be yelling at the kids about wearing them properly. They could be weaponized. I'm kidding about that. But, or used as slingshots. But it's not
Hmm.
going to be the same. You know what I mean? You're going to see people wearing masks in the hallway, and I don't know. It's going to be tough. I just feel like going back, there's going to be even more anxiety than I think even before, right?
Hmm.
First, you had those back to school jitters, and now you're like, COVID jitters, right? Am I going to get it? Am I going to get COVID? I don't know.
I don't think the kids even think about that. I don't think the kids are even worried about COVID jitters. I think the the parents are going to worry more about it. The kids more so are going to worry about what kids think of, and that is my face mask cool?
They'll be bedazzled and bejeweled, and
100%.
There'll be a whole cottage industry.
But it's going to be a lot different, to hang out with your friends, to do what little kids do or young adults do, depending on where they are. So we're gonna have to wait and see. But that was the news that kind of came down today. I didn't think it was going to be just go back to school like normal. It's probably not. There's going to be some sort of change as we go along here, and it's going to be interesting to kind of watch it unfold. And the parents out there are going to be they're going to be on the front line watching it, or in the front yard, rather, watching it.
Yeah.
And waiting to see what happens.
Very well be. Yeah, I just hope that, that we stay low, our cases.
That was a premature transition on the audio, so let's try it again.
Oh, you admitted it.
I am pretty good at admitting when I screw up. I'm also really good at fishing for compliments when I do good. So you will get both ends of the spectrum. There's no middle ground there. There's no just pretend it didn't happen. I either, look, I messed up, or, hey, I did good, right? I did good.
I did good, right?
I did good. Right? I did good. The other thing we want to talk about here is your smile. It's so infectious. And everybody who has watched you and everybody who's connected to you online, we all know this. We all know you love the hell out of her.
You're talking about me?
We love you. Everybody loves you. Everybody. My people love you. Your people love you. Strangers in Sweden love you. Horatio loves you from 2 weeks ago. If you didn't listen to that episode, listen, we made fun of some stranger named Horatio. Some imaginary person.
Of you.
But everybody loves you. But you can't smile. I mean, you can, but you can't show it.
No.
And you're having an issue with that.
Masks cramp your social style, okay? And, if your calling card is your smile, if you went and dropped a ton of money on teeth whitening, not that I did, you can't show it. Can't show it out in public, can you? Because you got to wear a mask. I feel stymied by this because I go to the store and the other day I was at the store and I wanted to smile at this lady. Like she was really nice and she let me in front of her and I wanted to smile and I couldn't. I smiled under my mask, but I don't think she could tell. So I'm thinking, does she think I'm like just being ungrateful?
No.
So I did like a 2 thumbs up. I feel like if you smile,
you gave her the Fonz 2 thumbs up as a
hey. Thumbs up the Fonz, hey. But you're saying that you can actually see if someone's smiling beneath their mask because their eyes get twinkly, right? Or they get.
You can
smaller.
see the cheeks move up when you smile. Naturally, do it if you're listening to the show. Do it to yourself in the mirror,
look in the mirror,
or to a stranger, whatever. But just smile. You feel your cheeks come up. And even when you say hi to someone, this is something that was, trained to us while we were learning how to read for television news. You can hear if there's a smile.
I'm smiling when I'm talking to you.
I can't say, Norma, I hate you right now because, we're sitting here and, your
teeth are so white.
My teeth are white, and because I paid for the braces, and it sounds like I'm smiling. Where if I'm not, then you hear me and speaking in my voice of God.
Mm-hmm.
It's you can hear it, and I feel like you can see it, and I think a lot of people will agree.
Yeah.
When you smile, you can see the cheeks move, the eyes get a little squintier. You know, there's a little bit more friendliness to it, as just opposed to the resting bitch face that some of us are really good at having.
You got some good RBF.
I have, and I didn't even practice that. It just happened. It's just natural annoyance, is what it is. However, I can smile. I can be
You have
loose.
A beautiful smile.
You can see it.
Do.
All of us do. All of us can see the smile.
I still feel like I want to write on my mask, I'm smiling. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or paste, like you said, photocopy your smile and then put it on your mask so that people know you're smiling.
You take it, and they have this service where you can take a picture of yourself, you upload it, and they will print out a mask that is the bottom half of your face.
Oh, I gotta
make it whatever you want. Stick your tongue out at people for 12 hours a day. Whatever you want to do, kids. I don't really care.
Oh.
I want to. While you have a few words, I'm going to see if I can look this up. I'm going to see if I can pull this up. But for you, talk a little bit. I mean, I think it's more so because you're still having trouble. You can't hug people. You're an interactive person. As I wave my arms around, you're an interactive person.
It's tough. I was with a friend the other day, and I wanted to. I'm a natural. I'm a hugger. Okay, when I see people, I think the first time I met Robert in person after we had been talking, I actually just hugged him. I said, "I'm a hugger. You're gonna have to hug me." And Robert hugged me back without any sort of qualm or whatever. But I know for some people it's weird. But it's now. I went to hug this friend and she kind of just stood there and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Like even though we both had masks on. So this whole mask wearing has really changed the way we interact with one another. So the smile is one thing that I miss seeing in people. And I just, the handshake. Haven't shook anyone's hand or shaken anyone's hand in months, and just the niceties that come along with meeting people. It's impossible to do now, partly because we're wearing masks, and also because we're trying to stay safe, and be socially distant, physically distant.
I've got it right here. I don't know how reputable these companies and these websites are, but someplace called canvasdiscount.com for $12, which is on sale from $24.90. You can get a custom mask with your face, the bottom half of your face in here. And I'm looking right at it. It's the dumbest thing.
This is
I've ever seen.
awesome.
It's
I
ready
need
to
this.
ship in 3 to 4 days. And you can print pretty much whatever you want on it. There's a few other ones I kind of want to pull up here. And they're so, like, this can't be his real face. It looks like it could be. And it's actually, you know what? Here it is. They're on Etsy. And
Get
this is
out.
from WBLM 102.9 radio. I don't know where that is, but if you type in the words "cool face mask," the Etsy shop ever cover helmet cover. Holy Lord.
Okay,
This
if
is
you can
a-
screen print your face on a cake, I know they can put it on a piece of fabric. You can put it on your face.
I can't. You
Oh,
can
I
you
need
can
this
do a
in
bunch
my-
of different faces, but apparently somebody wants $130 for this nonsense. For a pack of 7, you can get $130 worth
Oh,
of
give me a
custom
break.
face masks with the filter, though, washable, reusable, great for any company, or just a gag. 2 layers of cotton, minimum order, 7 orders, 7 pieces.
Give me a break. There's
Order
such
now.
price gouging.
But wait, there's more.
Ugh.
No, there's not more.
They better throw in a bottle of hand sanitizer and some Clorox wipes. Then you might have a deal.
They
Can't
better-
find any of those. Oh, I can say you can't find the Clorox wipes anywhere. But the hand sanitizer is like everywhere.
So this is pretty funny. I think this needs to be somewhere on one of our Facebooks as well, because I need to know, do people think this is cool, or is this just creepy to have your face in whatever you want it to be printed out on a face mask? This is really, really odd. Norma, I'm going to send this to Norma right now as we go through the rest of this show here, and a couple of things that we wanted to kind of play along with. I'm sending this to Norma. And I'm doing this with everybody listening on the podcast, but there you go. Today is the day we're recording it, is National French Fry Day as we wind down the show, because obviously we've run out of topics. Your favorite French fry, Norma Holland, from where?
A spiral French fry. It's got to be seasoned spiral cut from. There's a place down by the water here in Rochester. Over by Seabreeze. I think it's Bill Gray's.
Bill Gray's,
They have
yeah.
seasoned spiral fries, and I love them.
I'm going to go for a twofer. I'm going to be a typical guy and say I don't mind Hooters fries, the curly fries. You got to get them cooked a little longer. I go look for the fries, okay? For the fries
Yeah.
and the buffalo chicken sandwich. They're not bad.
Okay.
I have no shame in my game. I don't care. So Hooters fries, you got to get them cooked a little extra. If we're talking fast food fries, I'm an Arby's curly fry guy all the way.
Oh,
Because that Arby's sauce, you can it's like cream cheese frosting. You can put it on anything, and it'll make it taste better.
Okay.
So Arby's curly fries, 100%
Okay.
for me. That's the winner.
okay. I do love a tot though.
It's not
Tater
National
tot.
Tot Day, though. It's French
Tot
Fry
Day.
Day.
Well, okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay. Right. All right. Curly fry all the way.
Curly fry all the way. So, and then you mentioned, what is it coming up?
Oh, National Emoji Day.
National Emoji Day. Because we get
Yeah.
a day for anything nowadays. It doesn't matter.
So, what's the last emoji you used?
I'm pulling it up right now. The last emoji that is in my phone is the guy, the facepalm guy. Apparently, I am just shaking my head at everyone because I have the facepalm emoji as the number one that I use the most.
Let me see what the
July
last one was.
17th is National Emoji Day.
That's Friday, yep.
Yeah. So I am the facepalm guy. Apparently, that is my go-to. What is Norma Holland's?
Oh, this is so unoriginal. It's the heart, the red heart.
Well, that's lame. Make up something better.
Frequently
What's the second
used.
best?
So
Heart. Just
it's
love
the
everything.
laughing, crying face. I use that for pretty much everything.
That's pretty good. That's pretty. That's pretty
Oh,
universal.
it's so on brand.
Yeah. You're
For
a laughing.
now.
You're a laughing heart.
That's my
That's
laughing
you.
heart. That's me. That's what I do. But there's just some bizarro emojis here that and they add them to your thing. You don't even realize it. You know what I mean? Then you go looking, and you're like, wait, they have that. You know?
They have a
I don't
genie
get
one.
it.
I've used the genie one before. That one's really
Have
fun.
you?
Mm-hmm. I've used
There's a
the genie.
mermaid and a merman.
I have not used the vampire one. I have not used the wizard one. And then I'm trying to think of what else I use a lot of. You know what? I've never used the damn needle. They have the needle. Yeah, they have a needle in there. With blood. I think for whenever you get blood taken, they have a needle. I've never used that one.
I don't understand what some of these. There's like you in a shower, a man or a woman in a shower or something. They're like in a shroud.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a weird shroud. Are they supposed to be ghosts? I have no idea. I'm like, wait, what? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
But now we're gonna have to look into this a little bit more.
I don't.
Because now I'm going to be sitting here at night just scrolling through, what the hell is this
Random
emoji? What is? Oh,
I'm just
they're
going to
laughing.
text you the most random emoji I can find.
You know what? I'm going to want to see that. And I'm going to want to see a Facebook post where I want people to just comment with the most random, the last emoji that they have. Send it over to us. Do you want to get to some thank yous today before this episode runs long?
You know, we want to thank the people who have reached out to us to say, hey, really appreciate you guys. We got a tweet from Mary Eggers, who is just an awesome local woman. She wrote, I recently left academia to return to clinical practice, which was a scary move, but one that felt right. This episode of Anchors Away helped me realize that I made the right call. And she thanks you and I in this tweet. And I thought that was really cool. This is the one where we actually talked about why we walked away from our TV careers. And so we totally appreciate that. And then Lynn on Twitter wrote, Norma and Robert, I absolutely love your podcast. Thank you for this. We so appreciate when you guys write to us, either on Twitter or you reach out to us on Facebook. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
And you got a private message, didn't you?
I did, because we have the literal worst segment that we do. And I got a message on Instagram from Jennifer Darbone over in Louisiana. She says, listen to your podcast. And I think the one thing I was saying that was the literal worst was when my shorts, the drawstrings, get caught in the dryer and they get twisted up. That was the literal worst. She relates to that. She says, throw them in with the mesh laundry sack. The drawstring issue has happened to me many times. As a man, I don't have a mesh laundry sack available, but I can go buy one if that is what it takes to keep my shorts and hoodies back in their prime position. But thanks for the tip. I mean, that's something I would have never thought to do that. I would have never thought. I would have just bought new shorts.
It takes you a couple extra steps, but it's worth it because you don't have any drawstrings to deal with. So
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yes, everybody out there, leave us a message. Reach out to us. You can leave us a voice message, and we'll play the damn thing on here. We want the interactivity because we love you people too.
We want you. We love you. Thank you. I'm going to thank these people. I'm going to thank them profusely, like overthink. Thank you so much for coming and back and listening to us.
Thank the hell out of them, Norma.
Thank the
them
hell out of y'all
so
people. We thank you.
Hard. And you know what?
Thank you.
I thank you. I thank you for a fun week.
You'll see me, Robert?
Yeah, kind of. It's a little dark. I don't have the lights on either. It's late on a Monday. We love each other. We love you. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.
Bye.